In previous video, we just observed, can we land on Mercury? And now in same fashion, we are going to ask another question, can we land on Venus? And under this information or under this question, we are finding out much more information about Venus. If you are aware that Venus is third brightest object in the present sky. Why I am saying this? The reason is that some supernova or supernovae, they are expected in upcoming years. Such supernova that was occurred approximately around rule of Chandragupta Maurya, the great emperor in India. At that time, such supernova was observed, and it is said that it was so bright that during daytime also that was visible. So supernova is blast of star actually. The literally meaning is very new star, but actually it is a dead star. So after that death, the blast may be there, and if blast is there, such blast, then sky is covered with light if that star is visible. During daytime also star was visible. So apart from that, forget about supernovae, then and some comets coming time to time, forget of that. Then the third brightest object in the night sky, third brightest object in the sky is Venus. You are aware the first brightest object is obviously we have to say sun, second is moon. Now moon is present in day as well as night time. So if you are observing moon at daytime, it is possible, but other stars are not visible. Only sun and then satellite, that is moon, they are visible. But if you are keen expert or you are staying somewhere away from light polluted area, light is LIGHT. So thing is that various cities, they are developed now, and with government's very good policies, load shedding is not there, and that's why you will find that light pollution is there in the sky, and then we are not able to observe much of the things. So if you are away from that light polluted part, then you can observe Venus during daytime also, particularly around sunset time, and sun is present in the sky, and still you can locate out Venus, or in early morning also you can locate out Venus. If you are a keen observer, it is very easy to observe Venus during daytime, particularly early morning, because you have to wake up in early morning. Now it is difficult, but you have to wake up, locate out Venus before sunrise, and keep eye on that. Even in presence of sun, you can observe Venus. So Venus is the third brightest object in the sky. In night sky, obviously in presence of moon, this is second brightest object, because moon is not always present in the night sky. So if moon is absent, then it is the brightest object in the sky. It is near to the sun, but not as close to Mercury. Mercury is the closest planet, and therefore Mercury should be the hottest planet. But as we discussed in previous lecture, that Mercury is having very rare atmosphere. The other side of Mercury, that means the side which is facing towards towards Earth, suppose, if we are there exactly behind Mercury, the side which is faces towards sun is having very high temperature, but side which is faces opposite, that is night time of Mercury, is having very low temperature because absence of atmosphere or presence of very rare atmosphere. But for Venus, the situation is not so. Venus is having very dense atmosphere. Venus is having atmosphere made up of carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide like gases. Clouds are there. The clouds are rich in sulfuric acid. You are aware? The sulfuric acid is a substance which is very, very hygroscopic, and the moment it starts absorption of water, hygroscopic means it absorbs water. You are aware, some of the substances, if you kept in open in atmosphere, particularly at humid time, then it absorbs water and start melting, like actually not melting, dissolving in that. So like that, sulfuric acid absorbs water. The reaction of sulfuric acid and water is highly exothermic, and that's why there is rise in temperature. So here we are having very high amount of sulfuric acid in the atmosphere of Venus. Now question is that can we land on surface of Venus? And we have to answer step by step as we discuss in Mercury's video. Same I am discussing here. First, there should be presence of land. Answer yes. It is a terrestrial planet. That means what? That planet is having land. All four inner planets means planet between Sun and asteroid belt. So they are Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. All four are having presence of land. No doubt, gaseous state is there, liquid state is there, semi-solid state is there, all these states are there. So here we are getting presence of land. But in order to land there, we have to pass through a very dense atmosphere, and that is the biggest challenge in case of Venus. So let us imagine you are sitting in a spacecraft which is taking you to the Venus. So can we land? Answer yes, because there is land, so we can land. But there is very high temperature that is exceeding out 450 degrees Celsius. At some places it is 480 degrees Celsius. So which is too much of high temperature. Not only that, the pressure, atmospheric pressure is there. That is also very high. If you are comparing here, on Earth, we are saying atmospheric pressure is very high. That is one atmospheric pressure. That if you are present at sea level, then whatever the pressure is there, that is called as one atmospheric pressure. Here, on surface of Venus, you can experience 90 atmospheric pressure. So, which is too much of high pressure, and that's why it is very difficult for us to land on surface of Venus. Clear? Again, temperature is more than 450 degrees Celsius, which is even higher than melting point of lead. You are aware, lead is having melting point around 400 degrees Celsius. So if your spacecraft is made up of lead, then obviously that lead to end, and therefore we are not able to land on Mercury with this type of thing. But you are aware, when we are crossing out Earth's atmosphere, we are crossing out a region that is called as thermosphere, which is part of Earth's atmosphere, which is exceeding out temperature, that is 1000 degrees Celsius. We are exceeding out at daytime, and night time around 250 degrees Celsius. And that's why our spacecrafts are made up of special type of bricks, that is thermal bricks are there. They are resistant to this heat, and therefore we can take that spacecraft. So nothing to worry from heat. But what you are doing about pressure? It's 30 atmospheric pressure. And what is the biggest problem? That is, there is rainfall, and that is also rainfall of sulfuric acid. And that's why when I am going through some epical data, they have described various parts of hell. So out of that, I don't recollect now, but one type of hell is described there, that where very high temperature is there, and people over there, they are tortured with heat and all that. Like that descriptions I have read, I feel this is the description, the real description of Venus. No doubt, in night sky it appears very beautiful. It's very bright, and surprisingly, in Sanskrit, the name of this planet is considered as Shukra, that is the bright. So our ancestors were aware of these properties. Planets' name were given on basis of properties and not on the names of God. Whereas in Greek and Roman culture, they named many planets and many astral bodies in names of their gods. So that is main difference. Here we can check out the names are given in respect to properties. So Shani, that is Saturn, the meaning of Shanaihi, that is moving slowly. So apparent movement of Saturn in the sky is very slow. Now here, question is very simple. Can we land on Venus? Answer, with present day technology, it is not that possible for us to land on Venus because several expeditions, obviously by NASA, secondly by USSR, thirdly by Japan, like that nations carried out for Venus. Main part of that expedition, that is to mapping of Venus, that is carried out. That is something they sent there as satellite, artificial satellite of Earth. Similarly, their expedition was there, but NASA was able to reach on the surface of Venus by means of probe, and that probe survived there for 1 hour. So this is the answer. So Venus is very beautiful planet in the night sky, but because of very high temperature and high pressure at land part, we are not able to get the habitable zone on Venus. And yet some people are calling Venus as twin planet of Earth. There is no resemblance with temperature, atmosphere, pressure, etc. with Venus. Only size is comparable. Then second important thing, it is having atmosphere. We have atmosphere. It is having land. We are having land. So like that some similarities are there. And it is vicinity to the Earth. But Venus, we can say, if at all we are going to land, we are making colony over there, then you will find that sun rises at west and sets at east. It is something exactly reverse what we observe from Earth, because on Earth, the Earth is rotating in the direction west to east, whereas Venus rotates from east to west direction. And that's why we can observe sunrise in the west and sunset at the east. Venus and Uranus, both the planet you can keep in mind, rotates in the reverse direction. Now this is something about Venus we have discussed. But if we are planning to make orbit around Venus in very close manner, or we want to fly in the atmosphere of Venus, then it is quite possible, because as higher we are going in the Venus atmosphere, that means from land of Venus to high altitude, if you are coming from Earth, then obviously we should not touch to the land, but we are there in the space and towards land. Then in higher atmosphere of Venus, temperature is comparatively low. That is in range of 15 to 20 degrees Celsius, and atmospheric pressure is also considerable low. So scientists are having hopes that we can find out life in the Venus atmosphere, but the upper part of atmosphere. But to the lower parts of atmosphere, it is not possible because of very high pressure, high temperature and chemical composition like sulfuric acid, etc. But if you check out once again, the situation on Earth was somewhat similar when, according to our present data, when Earth was in forming condition. At that time, the data was there that certain high poisonous gases were there in atmosphere of Earth. It was lack of oxygen. Atmosphere was lack of oxygen, but very high temperature was there on Earth's surface, and still life developed in that condition, initial life. Today also, the remains of that initial life, we can find life. They are called as archaebacteria. Don't pronounce archaebacteria, though spelling contains CHI. It is called as archaebacteria. They survive somewhere at temperature 80 degrees Celsius, not 400, but 80 degrees Celsius or more, and usually they are present, they are sulfur bacteria, they are present in natural geysers. So where temperature can be higher than 80 degree, they can survive. So this is the characteristic of life. So on Venus also, if at all life is possible, it must be there in the outer part of atmosphere. But for man, as it is today, it is not possible for us to land on Venus with present technology. By the way, if you are there on Venus once again, you can observe Sun with bigger size. Apparent size will be bigger. You can observe Earth very beautiful way, and there will be no moon in the sky of Venus, because Venus is not having any satellite, natural. So thanks for observing this video. In next lecture, we are going to discuss about Mars. So can we land on Mars, and all that things we are going to discuss in next video. Thanks for observing.